All right, welcome to the third edition of a networking instructor plays City Skylines, where I show you bits of my City Skylines playing and try to relate it to networking. It's educational. When last we left the City Skylines, I had just achieved Tiny Town. I'm going to, in this edition, back up a little bit and go over the services and planning on services and a little bit of the decision making process that goes into that as the city scales up to a larger town. Okay, despite their stupidity, they have finally made it up. We've scaled up. So now we have these services that we need to place in the city network of not Tampa. So that would mean X. There we go. Pausing. Wow, fireworks. Okay. So first of all, let's go over some quality of service concepts, or at least cover some quality of service concepts. Now, in here, I've kind of given a breakdown. These are the new services that come with Little Hamlet. You get garbage collection. And at this point, when you get garbage collection, it's expected to happen. If garbage collection doesn't happen, then it starts piling up in houses. People hate their houses. They move away. You lose citizens. You lose money. You lose tax revenue, and everything goes downhill. Kind of the same way with healthcare. People now start having heart attacks and health issues, and if you don't take care of it quickly, in other words, if the ambulances and emergency vehicles don't get to the house quickly, then we start having problems. People keep dying, and you lose your tax base. So those two are kind of the big ones that have to happen. Those two get critical. Garbage collection, as long as it happens, it's good. It's not latency sensitive. So we're going to put a no on that one, but the healthcare is, because the ambulances have to get there in time. These are the things that you would do with the applications on your network to determine which ones get what priority. Now, for priority column, I did start putting them in network terms. AD would be assured delivery, which says make sure it gets through, priority 4. Healthcare is expedited delivery, which pretty much means the ambulances go with their sirens on and everyone gets out of the way. That's actually already taken care of. The education, they're not as important. But what the priority also goes through is the order in which I go and I place these services. It's very critical that I have garbage collection and healthcare. And while education is kind of important, I should be saying that considering the line of work I'm in, education is important, but for the game, you could continue having an ignorant citizenship and they'll just have low end industry. It's not critical. It's a nice, it will grow the town, just like an application or service that would be nice and grow the city, but we don't have to worry about them as much. So we put those at level 3 and 2. Now we are a worthy village. We're not worthy. Okay, firehouse, police station, more services. Now, of course, this is security, so I do need firehouse, I do need police station because fires are going to happen. And incidentally, we need them definitely low latency. We need the police to be able to get to calls quickly. We need the fire department to get to calls quickly. So that means I'm going to pause it. Yay, Tiny Town. All right, so with Tiny Town comes 3 kind of new services. I messed up. The library wasn't before. Now we get the library. Now we get the high school. And we also get parks and recreation, fun park things. Now, none of these are truly critical. You could actually skip adding all of these. And I actually did skip adding the fun park things because, well, I didn't completely forget it. But I did leave that out. But none of them are going to be latency sensitive. Doesn't matter. No one's in a big hurry to get to the park, and people shouldn't be in a big hurry to get to school. That's what actual planning is for. Let's make that look nice there. All right, so basically while we want the citizens to become educated, it's not a priority. But we do want it to be centrally located and relatively assured to get there, because the kids need to be safe going to and from school and the library. So we'll go with assured delivery too. But the fun park things, I'm going to mark this as best effort. Now, best effort, much like fun park things, if we're going into a business, a lot of times there will be a part of the policy that allows for certain applications, things like your video streaming or your music streaming, that are nice to have while you're at work and just make a better environment. And unless it's interfering with the network or causing problems, there's not really a reason to stop it. Like I said, unless it starts to cause problems, and then we start getting these horrible lockdown policies put in place. But when you do allow it, you don't want it to interfere with anything else, anything that is more important, like education or other items. So I'm going to put this as best effort in my city and actually not provide it. Now, of course, with these services being provided, that means they're going to want to pay more taxes. And so this is going to bring in more money. Yeah. In theory. And it's just kind of like the theory that, IT doesn't make any money. What's it good for? In general, it's just the services they provide allow others to make money and make money for the company. And in theory, in here, the investment in education makes for better industry. You have to provide these services to provide better service so that the company can do much better. All right, speed it up here. I'm going to put it in this commercial district because, well, you go to the store, go to the library. It's a bookstore located next to the library. I wouldn't be surprised if this game did that. You read it for free, now you can own it. Need more industrial. Actually, I need more taxes. That's what I need. Think about it. All right. Ooh, we're starting to run out of. Yep. We're starting to have power outages. So I either need to make more power plants, or actually what I can do, and this is the reason why we do it, when you have these little issues, we can spend more money on electricity, and then it gets generated. Yay, zoning board messes with people. You can have it. No, you can't. What the heck? No. Bad. There we go. More power. It shows you that it's kind of growing. I'm going to keep my end users on this side. Let's see how the traffic's doing on this central road. Yeah, it doesn't look too heavy. We do have the traffic view. And we can see that we've got a lot of traffic going through here and through here. And yeah, it's kind of the idea of a core network. Now, this is one of those places where the analogy does break down. Because if we look at these streets, one of the things that's an issue with this kind of city layout is these cross streets are too close together. And you have these major feeds into the side streets, and the intersections are just so close together. Now, it's not much of an issue because we don't see gridlocks happening, but it does happen. And this would be the idea of congestion. This would be too many VLANs on a underpowered layer 3 switch. Have seen it. There are a few analogies to this, but you can see that it's not too bad right now. But eventually I am going to want to increase the width or up the bandwidth on the core here to kind of match this, which has a lot of traffic apparently turning around or coming, from Clearwater. But I still got plenty of road to go here before we reach a larger scale network. All right. We are now in a boom town. This is where we blow up the city because it goes boom. No. All right. New roads, roundabouts. Yeah. New buildings. So let's look at the new services. We do have cemetery, so we now have to handle the life cycle of our end users by getting rid of things at the end of their life. Let's see. We've got elder care. It is Tampa. Child health care. Cemetery, elder care, child care. Cemetery, game-wise, is required. Dead bodies will pile up if you don't have them, so critical. Elder care, child care, not as critical, but kind of at the level of education. If you don't have it, the people are less happy. So, back off and pause it. And the important one, the cemetery. So what do we do with dead bodies? Well, we bury them. Now, oddly enough, like I said, people don't care about the cemeteries in their backyard as much as they do about the garbage. So I'm going to place it to what is going to be central eventually. So I'm going to place it on the street that I'm not using yet. And we are still having a water crisis, so I'm going to put another water tower. And up here in North Tampa seems like a good idea. There we go. Now they'll quit whining. Oh, I still need to put in old folks care. Yeah. Our state song, Down Where the Old Folks Stay. Although the Swanee River is far from this place. So we've added more services to the network. We have the getting rid of old packet service, or old users, or old applications. Eventually, they do have to age them out. And some services to kind of keep everything going, kind of aging, patching, updates, those type of things. Elder care. Time to raise taxes. There we go. And we watch these businesses grow overnight. Yeah, it's starting to look a little bit crowded. 'Cause remember, this backbone is carrying industrial traffic and people going home. So high latency traffic. Ugh, the pollution. EMI. Now, I could go and mitigate it with parks like I'm supposed to, but... Oh, just for the fun, let's look at some of these things. Noise pollution. Yeah, nobody wants to live there. Traffic. We're starting to get a bit red here. So it is starting to look a little problematic. We're okay on pollution. Although, look at how much poo we're dumping into the bay. Because until you reach like huge city, you don't get the ability to clean this up. Don't have any clean alternatives. So yeah, don't go swimming on this side. But given the reality, this is where all the ships and ports are. Wouldn't swim there anyway. Ooh, things are on fire. But it looks like it was put out quickly. And that's why we want low latency services. I don't see anything that looks like a pile of burnt out rubble. It is time to do some upgrading. I'm going to go to large roads. And let's fix the traffic issue. So we're going to upgrade the core. And this actually should have some decent effect. Might as well upgrade the whole thing. So we've gone from the measly little 4-lane to the 6-lane highways. And so that should easily alleviate traffic issues. Yeah, all green. Time to scale again. Okay, we've reached Busy Town, but there's not anything really big on the Busy Town level. We get to put trees up, which would actually help against pollution. I get a hospital. That's just kind of better scaled up services, which kind of goes into the idea as your network scales, the services working with them would scale. Oil power plant gives you more power and still pollution. Fire station, again, better service for a larger area because it's scaled. Police headquarters, same thing. Some bus stations, so some compression on the network. Some helicopter depots. So nothing I'm too excited about quickly putting in. Unless I check on the safety of my people. So we look at fire safety. And yeah, we do have some places in danger of burning to the ground. So maybe I should put an upgraded fire station in to add a little bit more security to the network. And you know what? I'm going to place it actually across the street from the cemetery. Sounds like a really good spot. And so everybody's happy and less fire danger. As much fun as this has been to scale up, I'm probably just going to stop here.